Here we go, last and final coat. That 5% water is what will really help this flow out nice. I don't have to put the water in there, but it's so hot that I like to just add a little bit just to give it some open time. So what I'm gonna do is I have the pressure pot has, you know, it has about half, but I'm gonna go ahead and refill it. So I've got 1,400 mLs left in the can. So to make everything the same, I'm gonna go ahead and reduce the whole, the rest of it. And then what I'll do is I'll put on top of the can that the remainder of this is ready to spray. So as you can see, I've got 1,400 mLs. So 10% would be 140. So half of that is 70. So I'm gonna put just a little over 50. Yeah, right at 50. A little over. So real important, I always wet my paddle before I use it. It makes it a whole lot easier to clean off. If you've ever stirred sheetrock mud with a dry paddle, you'll know that the mud has to be scrubbed off. But if you get one out of the bucket and spin the mud with it, everything comes off real easy. So I just wanted to say really quickly that, you know, there is a large debate going on the internet right now that I really don't want to be a part of, but airless versus HVLP. And I hear a lot of people saying, well, I don't want to lose the production of an airless. I want the production of the airless, and I don't want to go slow with the HVLP. That's where this pressure pot comes in handy. The pressure pot allows you to have your material fed to you without having to use any of your atomization air to move the paint. So having that second compressor, or that compressor there, really gives you the ability to have that production that I have. Another thing is, a lot of people say they don't want to have to thin the material down. I'm putting 50 mLs of water into 2 quarts of paint just to make it flow out. So, main thing is you always want to keep your threads clean. Again, you don't want to have any of that material in your threads. Now, as long as I don't slop it around, it won't get the top side of this dirty. I am going to save the little bit that's in here. That could be a couple of cabinet doors there. And without putting the hardener in there, I can save all of that. There's nothing more expensive than having paint that you ran out. Okay, so I've loaded up more than enough. And we are gonna take it back over here, keeping it kind of level, setting it down. Now, one thing's for sure, when I lifted that out, it has an air bubble in it. So after about 3 or 4 of these shelves, I'm gonna make sure to be watching for that air bubble. because now as I pressure it, it's gonna have just a small little air bubble in there, but not a big deal.